What's going on, guys? My name is Endie. This is my first time sitting here and talking to the camera. It's really fucking awkward. It's my first YouTube video. Let's fucking go. Forget my absolute dog shit of a webcam. It's kind of nice though, right? Like I think this is good. It does the job. Obviously, it's not the best quality. I think it's like a $10 webcam I got from like a dollar store somewhere. So give me a break on that. Today I'm gonna be breaking down my song Just Another Boy off my project Tripwire. Came out recently. If you haven't listened to it, go and listen to it now. What the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you watching this? I absolutely love that song and I had a lot of fun making it. So I just thought I'd come on here and show you how it was made and give away some free sauce maybe. Also, I'm going on tour. This is me after recording the video. You see these dates, man? Pull up. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm going with my good friend gunnr. So yeah, you're gonna fucking love it. Pull up. Usually I like to start my songs out with drums. It allows me to kind of keep rhythm throughout making melodies. The best way, in my opinion, to go about it, because drums just kind of keep that, they keep that rhythm to you, and it allows you to be a little more creative with the melodies rather than like trying to create the rhythm off of the melody. That's just been my way of doing it. Everyone does it differently though, so what works for me may not work for you. This is pretty simple in terms of drums. All I'm really doing is it's a two-step kick, just boom, 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 boom. And then I have the open hat on every downbeat to just kind of give it that bounce. And then, snare on snare on 2 and 4. And that just was the pattern I decided to go with on this day. I also like to add this impact specifically from a Snow Strippers kit that I have. Shout out Snow Strippers, they're fucking awesome. But I use a lot of their like risers and crashes just because they're super cool and textured. But yeah, it ends up sounding something like this. You get the idea. Honestly, this drum pattern in the whole song is pretty simple. There's nothing really special about it. It's just kind of it's a very basic pattern. At the end here, I added some hardstyle kicks. This for the drop. For the drop, I added hardstyle kicks just because. For the drop, I added hardstyle kicks. Fuck, man. For the drop, I added hardstyle kicks just to add a little bit of extra texture and more of a build, something to build up to. Yeah, once again, it just repeats. I just kind of had the hardstyle kicks follow the kick pattern just so that way it's like, it's just a little more emphasis on them. So it feels like more like a drop. So it's like. And once again, I have an impact droning throughout the whole song. It's just this white noise, side chained, super clean in my opinion. And then I had various crashes around just to, emphasize certain points. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to the drums. The drums are pretty simple. Now we get into the fun part, the synths. So for this song, the synths are super fun. And there's a very wide variety. So we'll start off with the standard pluck I have here. I believe this is a Shinju pluck, but it just kind of drones through the whole song, it just kind of keeps the song together. It like the ongoing kicks, it kind of makes the song all feel the same, even if certain things are changing. So it's not too like outlandish. So that it just sounds like this by itself. Super fucking boring. But yeah, that just drones through the whole song, as you'll hear later on. The next synth we're going to talk about is another synth that kind of just drones through the whole song, but I use this one more as contrast. So like it drones through the whole song and then it cuts out at certain points, and when it cuts out, it gives you that feeling of something has changed rather than it just droning through the whole song. But it's the start synth that sounds a little bit like this. This next synth that I use also drones throughout the whole song. I like to keep multiple of those. The more you have, the more it feels like nothing's changing. If these three things sound good together and they never change, they'll always sound good together. That's why I specifically, that's why I use synths like this. But this synth in particular is cutting out towards the middle of the song to kind of indicate a change. It's less of, it's not droning through the whole song. It's just being used as an accent for whenever the song does change. So it gives you that extra, it gives you like a feeling. You get it. Synth's super cool. It cuts out in the middle of the song. You'll hear it later on in the video, or if you've heard the song before. But it's just this little... So it's like, it slightly variates, so it's not just like one note the whole time, you know? Just a cool sound overall. Sounds really good. Also, I'm a huge advocate for Serum. I think Serum is the greatest plugin ever, and it's basically all I use. So if you ever hear any sound in a song of mine that is produced by me, it's Serum. I guess sometimes I'll use like Vital, which is another pretty good plugin. And then I have some various like random ones, but Serum is the main course for most of my production. Okay, the next part, I fucking absolutely love this. It's this sub bass that a friend sent me one day, and I've just ever since I've just loved the sound of it. It's so sharp. It just sounds really good. I don't want to tell you how to get it because I love it so much. Yeah, it's my favorite sub bass, and it's got like some grit to it. It sounds something like this. By in no means is it a perfect sub. It cuts out. It kind of sounds a little weird. It's just I don't know why I love the sound so much. I've used it on a lot of tracks throughout the album, and it's amazing. It kind of, you know, there's not much to say about it. It just sounds really good. So it's... Oh, I fucking love it. The next thing I'm going to show is this growl bass that comes in from the verse and then stops towards the end. I believe it comes back for the final hook as well. I once again absolutely love the sound. It just adds great textures to the bass that's already there. Just two notes. It's honestly awesome because it has a bit of tone in it. It's not just like, it's super harsh, but you can hear the overlaying tones in it, and that also just adds to the sub bass. So when you play them together, yeah, so that's what the bass sounds like. For the next synth, I have this pluck that is kind of like an 80s synthwave-esque pluck. I've been super into synthwave for probably the last 3 to 4 years. I just absolutely love that sort of dreamy, spacious sound, and I wanted to capture that in this. So I added this distorted pluck to kind of just like, it's mainly it's just there for texture. It is a melody though, and it's a pretty key melody. You probably, I mean, you hear it in context and you'll see it like sticks out, but it's also meant to be a little tucked back, so it's not too in your face. So I have it, it sounds like this. See what I'm saying? Yeah, so overall, I just love the sound of that synth. Yeah, I add it, it comes back in through the chorus, but I chop the first half, so it's only like a little tail of it, so you'll hear it's like... Yeah, pretty self-explanatory, sounds really good. The next thing we'll talk about is once again, another texture. This sharp, high-pitched saw. As you can see, I'm a big fan of droning. I think that if you can have a bunch of things sound really good all at once, you don't need to change it that much to make it feel different. So obviously you don't want to keep the song boring, so you have to find extra routes to kind of amp it up and just tweak it a bit. But overall, this is once again 2 notes. I think it's following the same notes as the growl bass. Just a pretty sharp saw that's very distorted and it's got some bit crush on it as well, which gives it that gritty feeling that just adds a little extra noise in the song. But yeah, that's pretty much it with that synth. So right here, I'll show you these 2 synths at the same time and I'll break them down after you hear them together, only because one of them kind of sounds like shit on its own. So this is what they sound like together. This is right before the bridge comes in. It's basically the bridge. It's the end of the verse. It's more of like just a space. And then it cuts. Let's talk about the boring synth out of the 2 first and get it out of the way. Once again, it's just another reverb drawn out plucks. It's got a little pad behind it that's ducking as it's playing. Yeah, there's not that much to talk about with that one. This next synth is really funny. I'm going to show you the waveform because this is not how you're supposed to do it. The sound I used specifically had gliding on, but it sounds awesome. It just sounds really good in context. It sounds like this on its own, which it's not amazing. Yeah. So I love that synth. This was the first time I used it. Yeah, but that's pretty much it for that. I have this ARP that plays in the background right before the final drop, just to kind of build some suspense. It's another synthwave thing, but it sounds awesome. Honestly, at first I didn't love it, but when the song was completed, I thought it fit very well, and it just added that extra build up into the drop so it can make the final drop hit a little harder. So it sounds like this. Then it cuts, then it comes back, and then that's the drop. I think it's just a good addition. It needed an extra sound at the end, and that just so happened to be the one that I landed on and ended up picking. But yeah, that does it for the synths. The synths in the song are really fun, and once you hear it all together, it'll make more sense. When I made this song originally, it was supposed to be an instrumental track. It wasn't supposed to have vocals. I added vocals over top at the very end for fun, and it just ended up sounding good, and I ran with it. But the vocals are pretty straightforward. Once again, I'm just using them as like a bounce, to be honest. Like the hook is like, boy, boy, I was just another boy. Just like the boy, boy. It's fuck, man. I can't stop thinking of Flavor X. Ugh. I just knew it was going to sound good. I like doing vocal chops, and I knew it was going to sound good in context. These are the vocals just with my stock chain on it. This isn't with the post-processing for this song specifically. You're going to hear how imperfect they truly are and how it really doesn't matter. To get a clean vocal is obviously cool, but it's not necessary. Like, listen, you'll hear the bleed from my headphones in the song.
You never thought of me that way. I was just another boy. I was just another boy too. I was just another boy too. I was just another boy too. I was just another boy too.
Like I said, imperfect. They're not amazing. You can hear all the audio coming from the back of it. You can hear the echo in my room. I don't have a sound treated room. As you can see, I'm in an open space. This is where I record and everything. So it's just goes to say you don't need everything to be perfect. Like it will sound good if you just tweak it enough. So I'll show you with the post-processing. So I just have some chorus. I have an EQ that's kind of just there to, honestly, it looks like a mountain. I can imagine I was just playing around with it till it sounded right, which is what you should do. It's the best way to experiment, is just like tweak stuff, man. You'll eventually get good at it because you can start to hear what you're doing. And then I have a bit crusher that only comes in on certain parts, basically the beginning. And then I just have a kickstart running through the whole song. It mix like 24, gives it that kind of like pumping in the vocals, and it just sounds really good. So this is the vocals with the post-processing.
You never thought of me that way. I was just another boy. I was just another boy too. I was just another boy too. I was just another boy too. I was just another boy too.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for the vocals, man. They don't really change that much. I have my background vocals here, which are also just linked to the same chain. So like you're gonna hear it, watch. So it's like that comes in the background, and then it just sounds good over top.
You never thought of me that way. I was just another boy. I was just another boy. I was just another boy too.
The vocals are pretty simple on this song, man. Honestly, this is probably the least I've done on vocals ever, and I think it came out great. Honestly, the imperfections are what give it that kind of raw feeling and just more of like it makes you feel more like a person, relatable in a way, like indirectly. Like it doesn't, you wouldn't think these things, but sometimes people just think that way, and that's just how it is. So you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have perfect mixing. You don't need to sound amazing. Like just be yourself, and that's, I mean, that'll connect with people more than anything else. And this is what it sounds like all together. Yeah, and that's how I made Just Another Boy off my album Tripwire. If you want to see me do more stuff like this, leave a comment on songs off the album I should do next. I need to get more used to talking in front of a camera. As of right now, I'm very newbie, and this feels super weird because it's a fucking webcam. I'm talking to no one, man. Hopefully we'll get over that, and I'll have more to come. Don't forget to subscribe, and oh, I felt so weird. Oh my fucking, oh, it felt so weird. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.